All right, footy fans, welcome back to the YTF Footy Show with Team List Tuesday. I'll name a couple of the injuries because obviously I'm going to have to because of the team list. But we'll try and get through them as quick as possible. I'll do another short updated video probably either later tonight or tomorrow morning with some of the injuries. Actually, I'll probably do it Thursday before we do our tips, so we know if there's any other late inclusions or whatnot. Anyway, first game for round 4, we have the Roosters taking on the Panthers. We'll run through the Roosters team list. There's not too many changes. We have Luke Keary back. I do believe that was just from a concussion protocol that he sat out for. I don't know, I'll get back to you on that. But yeah, Luke Keary's back. And the Panthers have been missing Cleary for 4 weeks with a minor hamstring injury. Anyway, fullback will be James Tedesco. Your wingers will be unchanged with Dom Young and Daniel Tupou. Centres, Joseph Sawali and Joey Manu. Luke Keary backing the side at 5'8", and Sam Walker, your halfback. Front rowers, Jared Waerea-Hargreaves. Terrell May has been moved into the run-on side. Brendan Smith will be your hooker. Second rows will be Nat Butcher and Satili Tupanea, and Victor Radley will be a lock. We'll have to get back to you because I do believe there's someone missing out of the side, making way for Terrell May coming onto the run-on side. Anyway, I like Terrell May, powerhouse runner. I think he'll be good at run-on. Roosters interchange will be made up by 14 Connor Watson, 15 Nafur White, 16 Egan Butcher, and 17 Angus Crichton. Panthers lineup: fullback Dylan Edwards, wingers Tarava and To'o, centers will be Targo and May. Your halves will be Jerome Luai, and making his club debut for the Panthers will be Brad Schneider filling in for Nathan Cleary. Front rows will be Lindsay Smith and Moses Leota. Your hooker will be Mitch Kenny. Second rows will be Luke Garner and Liam Martin. And your lock will be the faithful Isaiah Yeo. Dane Laurie will be 14. 15 will be Matt Eisenhuth. 16 will be Liam Henry. And 17, Maverick Geyer. It's going to be a tough game now that Cleary's out. I think Roosters, they're on a bit of a roll, especially after the way they pump. Who'd they pump on the weekend? Broncos, yeah, no, not Broncos, sorry. Who'd they play? They smashed Rabbits last week, 48-6. Yeah, that's who they smashed. It was, Rabbits. Which would be a tough game for them after Bulldogs being so successful against Titans. I'll leave it later onto the week to actually say who I'm going to tip. We'll probably be going Roosters. I'll do the margins and the tips on tomorrow night, Wednesday night before the kickoff. Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on. Friday night's first game will be the Rabbits taking on the Bulldogs. A couple of changes for the Rabbits. Savila Havali, who's been dropped out of the side. Damien Cook's back into the run-on side. Dean Hawkins is still there. Who else? Anyway, we'll quickly run through the list. Latrell Mitchell, fullback. Wingers, Alex Johnson and Tane Milne. Centers will be Jack Whiten and Isaiah Tass. Cody Walker will be 5'8", and Dean Hawkins will be halfback. Front rows will be Tavita Totola and Tom Burgess. Damien Cook will be the hooker. Second rows will be Keon Kalamatangi and Jacob Host, and Cam Murray will be a lock. Rabbits interchange will be made up by Michael Cheekham, Tallis Duncan, Shaq Mitchell and Davey Mowell. PlayStation making funny sounds, installing stuff while we're in the middle of a video. Anyways, moving on to the Doggies side, pretty much unchanged from their beating team against the Titans last week. Fullback Blake Taff, Wilson and Connor Tracy be your wingers. Jacob Kiraz and Stephen Crichton will be your centres. Your halves will be Matt Burton and Drew Hutchison. Front rows, Max King, Liam Knight. Hooker will be Reed Marnie. Second rows will be Viliami Kickout and Jacob Preston. Jermaine Salmon will be a lock. Doggies interchange will be made up by 14, Kurt Mann, 15, Samuel Hughes, 16, Josh Curran, and number 17, Curtis Moran. It'll be a tough one. Rabbits are they're on a shocking start to the season. Doggies haven't had the best start, but last week should give them some confidence. I've been asked by a few people to do some Supercoach. I've taken this year off Supercoach just to focus on doing this YouTube channel, getting it up and running, and just trying to figure out what to do and how we're going to go about it. But I will introduce Supercoach into the YouTube channel probably next year. But for the people that do Supercoach, if you just pay attention on Team List Tuesday, I'll give you a rough idea on if any of your players in your team are out or injured, because I'd say there'd probably be a few Nathan Cleary people out there that have him in your Supercoach side. So I don't know what you're going to do for the next 4 weeks, whether you've got Heinzie as a backup, but I don't think Heinzie's as good as a Supercoach buy when he has Trindle playing in the halves with him. So I think Jacob Kiraz probably be good for us. He'd probably gone up in cash after the weekend. I'd say he would have scored heaps with the amount of tackle breaks and try and line break assists and run meters. But yeah, anyway, move on. So yeah, 2 Friday night games. First Saturday game, we have the Dragons taking on the Sea Eagles. I don't know, let me know what you think. I think the Sea Eagles were a little bit hard done by on a disallowed try, which probably would have got a 7 out of 8 last week. But anyway, unlucky. Quickly move on. So yeah, Dragons lineup. Fullback will be Terrell Sloan. Wingers will be Zach Lomax and Mikali Ravawala. Moses Suley and Jack Bird will be your centres. Your halves will be Kyle Flanagan and Ben Hunt. Front rows will be Francis Molo and Blake Laurie. Jacob Little will be your hooker. Second rows will be Luciano Leilua and Jaden Sewer. And lock will be Tom Eisenhuth. Dragons interchange. I've got Rabbits on the mind just because there's so much going on. I don't know. I think Doggies probably beat them this week, to be honest. Anyway. So Dragons interchange, we have Jesse Marshke at 14, Jack DeBellin 15, Ham Saleh will be 16, and Ray Fatila-Marin will be 17. Seagulls lineup, Tom Turbo Trebojevic at fullback, Raymond Vega and Jackson Polo will be your wingers. Centers will be Telatau Kohler and Ruben Garrick. Halves will be Luke Brooks and Daly Sherry Evans. Front rows will be Taniela Paseka and Josh Aloy. Lachlan Croker will be a hooker. Second rows will be Ola Kawatu and Ben Trebojevic, and Big Jobo will be a lock, Jake Trebojevic. Seagulls interchange. Carl Lawton 14, 15 Corey Waddell, 16 Ethan Bullimore, number 17 Nathan Brown. So pretty much an unchanged side for the Seagulls. Moving on. Titans taking on the Dolphins. Bad news for, I already did say it, but yeah, bad news for poor Titans fans. They have no Tino Fa'asuamaleaui for the year. He's done his ACL. He's gone. Good news for Titans fans. Jaden Campbell's back in the side this week. I did read Dave Fafita may make a return, but probably maybe not until next week. He's been named on the extended bench in the reserves. So yeah, I'm not sure if he's 100% fit or if he's just going to have a run in the lower grades before coming back. But yeah, good news for Titans fans with Jaden Campbell coming back. So yeah, we'll quickly run through. Yeah, fullback will be Jaden Campbell. Wingers will be Philip Sami and Alofi Khan Pereira. Centers will be Brian Kelly and AJ Brimson. Can have a laugh about that now that last week's over. Brimo, what were you doing, mate? Bombed the easiest trot. Like, I don't know why he didn't just put the ball down himself. Anyway, Foran wasn't expecting it. It was very unlucky. But yeah, AJ Brimson and Brian Kelly will be your centres. Halves have been made up by Foran and Boyd, Tanner Boyd. Front rows, Mo Fodawaker coming into Tino's position. Be Keenan Palacia. Chris Randall be your hooker. Cleese Huss and Bo Firm will be your second rows. And Jermaine Jolliffe will be your lock. Titans interchange will be made up by number 14, Sam Verrills, 15, Isaac Liu, 16, Aaron Clark, 17, Joe Stimson. Dolphins lineup, pretty much an unchanged lineup from the side that beat the Dragons, but we'll run through it. Hamad Tabuai-Fidow will be a fullback. Wingers will be Jermaine Asako and Jack Bostock. Centres will be Jake Avarillo and Herbie Farmworth. Halves will be Cody Nikorima and Isaiah Katoa. Front rows will be Jesse Bromwich and Thomas Flegler. Hooker will be Jeremy Marshall-King. Felice Kafusi and Ewan Aitken will be your second rows. And Maxi Plath will be your lock. Interchange for the Dolphins will be made up by 14, Josh Kerr, 15, Kurt Donohoe, and Donohoe, 16, Mark Nichols, and 17, Ray Stone. Should be a cracker of a game. Hopefully the Finns can get up. I know Titans didn't really look that impressive at all last week. Shocking. Doggies were all over them defensively. Moving on, we have the first Sunday. Yeah, that's right. This week we have a Monday game, folks. Forgot about that. Our Monday game. But yes, 2 Sunday games. First game is the Wars, up the Wars, taking on the Knights. Tane Tuapiki out, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck into fullback. I like it. Should be good. Anyway. So yeah, RTS will be your fullback. Wingers will be Dylan Watani-Zalesniak and Marcelo Montoya. Centers will be Odin Pompey and Rocco Berry. Halves will be Luke Metcalf and Sean Johnson. Front row will be Aiden Fanua-Blake and Mitch Barnett. Your hooker will be Wade Egan. Second rows will be Kurt Capewar and Jackson Ford. And your lock, the always faithful Tohu Harris. Wars interchange, number 14, Freddie Lussick. Bit of good news for the Wars fans. Marate Niokore has come back into the side. So he'll be off the bench. He'll be number 15. Bunty Afoa 16 and Dylan Walker will be 17. Knights, I don't know. I think Wars will probably do them. Knights looked so scrappy last week. I thought they were going to beat Storm easy, but yeah. I know they got the 14 points up and then it felt like they were just trying to defend that 14 points. Anyway, and probably lucky too that Storm nearly climbed their way back into it. But anyway, run through their lineup. Fullback, Kalen Ponga. Wingers will be Thomas Jenkins and Anari Tuala. Centers will be Dan Gagai and Bradman Best. Your halves will be Tyson Gamble and Jack Cogger. Bit of sad news. Leo Thompson will miss 1 to 2 games for a dangerous tackle, I believe it was. So yeah, Jacob Saif, the 2 brothers, Saifidi brothers will be your front rowers. Jacob and Daniel Saifidi. Hooker will be Phoenix Crosland. Second rows will be Tyson Frizzell and Kai Pearce-Paul. And Adam Elliott will be a lock. Hats off to Frizzell. He played a cracker of a game for, I think it was probably one of Knights' best. The way he chased down. He made it, in my opinion, he didn't actually save a try, but he pretty much prevented a try for them. He motored back for some good defensive work, in my opinion. Anyway, Knights interchange will be made up by 14, Jaden Brayley, 15, Matt Crocker, 16, Jack Hetherington, and 17, Brodie Jones coming onto the bench for Leo Thompson missing a game due to suspension. We'll go through the Raiders and the Sharks. The Sharks or the Sarks? They're Sarks. Sarks. Man, they got minced by the Tigers. Kudos to the Tigers. I said, it'd be good to see them win, but when did they? 32-6. I don't know what happened to the Sharks. See if they can bounce back this week against in my opinion, a very good performing Raiders team so far this year. Like, you can't fault them too much. They lost to Waz at home, and it was only by 8 points. They were in the game. Great defensive game by both sides. But yeah, anyway, we'll see what happens this week. This week's going to be tough for tipping, I reckon. But yeah, Sharks line up: Will Kennedy, wingers Sione Katoa and Ronaldo Mulatalo. Centers will be Jesse Ramian and Kale Iro, because we have, going into the second row, I think this has been experimented before at the Sharks with big Sifa Talakai in the second row. But yeah, anyway. Halves will be Braden Trindle and Nico Hines. Thomas Hazelton and Oregon Kafusu be front rows. That's right, yeah. Toby Rudolph's out. Who's out? Toby Rudolph, Royce Hunt, and someone else for the Sharkies. I'll get back to you on the suspension and injury update tomorrow on that one. Yes, I know there's a third out. But it means Tom Hazelton, he's a unit. So he replaces them quite easy. Just means that, they look a little bit light on the bench. But yeah, Sifa Talakai and Teague Wilton will be second row. Cam McInnes will be a lock. So yeah, Sharks interchange will be made up by 14, Daniel Atkinson, 15, Jack Williams, 16, Billy Burns, and 17 will be Tuku Tupawa. Raiders line up: Jordan Rapana, sorry guys, Jordan Rapana at fullback, James Schiller and Xavier Savage will be your wingers. Centers will be Matthew Timoko and Seb Chris, Ethan Strange and Jamal Fogarty will be... Ethan Strange and Jamal Fogarty will be your halves. Front rows will be Josh Papali'i and Joseph Tarpany. Danny Levi will be your hooker. Hudson Young and Elliot Whitehead will be second row. And Morgan Smithies will be the lock. Corey Horsburgh is back, but he's in the reserves playing in lower grades this week. Raiders interchange: number 14, Tom Starling, 15, Ata Mariota, 16, Zach Hoskin, 17, Psame Solo. I guess Elliot Whitehead is the captain, so what can you do, even though Zach Hoskin is playing great. Hard to... They got so many good second rows, really. Once Horsburgh's your lock. But then where's Smithy's going to go? What, Smithy's going to go to the bench, or Horsburgh's going to go to the bench? That'll be a nightmare for good old Sticky Ricky to figure out. Moving on to our Monday game, we have the Eels taking on the Tigers. This is what I mean. This week's going to be hard tipping, guys. Like, Eels only just edged out a win. They got no Mitch Moses, and the way West Tigers played against Sharks, what are you going to do? I'll probably be tipping the Tigers. I just hope they don't do to me what they did last year, like win games that they're not meant to win and then lose the games that they were meant to win. I know, it's confusing. Even Dolphins done that a couple of times, opening up the season last year with the win against the Roosters. Not many people tipped that. But anyways, all right. So we'll run through the Eels lineup. Captain King Gutho, Clint Gutherson will be a fullback. Mike Acevo's back into the side, so he'll be taking up one wing position with Sean Russell taking the other. Centers will be Morgan Harper and Will Penasini. The young gun that made his debut, Blaze Talagi, he is moving in to... he's going to play 5'8". with Mitch Moses out and Dylan Brown's moving a halfback. Interesting to see how that goes. I haven't seen much of that Blaze play in 5'8", so I can't really make an assumption there. He was pretty good last week and ran over Turbo for his try and debut, the young kid. Kudos to him. Anyway, front rows would be big RCG, Regan Campbell-Gillard and Junior Polo. Hooker would be Joey Lussick. Sean Lane and Bryce Cartwright will be his second rowers. Jermaine Hopgood will be a lock. Eels interchange will be made up by Luca Moretti, 15 Ryan Madison, 16 Joe Offahengawi, and 17 Kalamatangi. Pretty much an unchanged. Yeah, it's an unchanged from, I do believe, I don't think I've seen any injuries or suspensions for Tigers, so pretty much an unchanged side for them. We'll run through it. Fullback, Jareem Buller. Wingers, Charlie Staines and Junior Tupou. Centers, Solomona Fatape and Justin Olam. Halves, Lachlan Galvin and Aiden Caesar. Front rows, Stefano Utoi Kormanu and number 10, Dave Clemmer. Appy Coruscant will be a hooker. Second rows will be Isaiah Papali'i and John Bateman. Fanua Pole will be lock. Tigers interchange will be 14, Bud Sullivan. 15, Alex Seifarth. 16, Asuka Poa. 17, Samuela Fainu. Be a good game. We'll see if Tigers can back it up 2 weeks in a row. With no Mitch Moses, you think they should be able to etch out the win, because I wasn't really impressed with Dylan Brown last week. Threw some wayward passes while I was watching the game. It's not like Dylan Brown. I rate him as one of the top 5 or top tier 5'8" in the competition, but he had a very off game. Anyway, can't wait to do tips. I'll do the tips tomorrow. We'll just wait. I'll run through the injury and suspension list tomorrow. Just to double check on who's actually out. And not. Oh, sorry, I did. 2 seconds. Pretty sure. It was me Broncos. Yes. Oh, did I even say? Did I run through their lineup? No, I don't think I did. Oh. Well, somehow we skipped Broncos. Did I? Yes, I did. Because I forgot to mention Broncos fans, Adam Reynolds is back. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, I must have got stuck behind a piece of paper. I gotta stop. Once I get the computer going, I'll have the computer set up beside me so I can run through team lists right beside you. At the moment, I'm just printing them out. Yes, all right. So we'll run through Broncos v Cowboys. That was the other. I knew I missed one. Friday night game. So yeah, good news for Broncos fans. You've got Renault back. Not sure what his match fitness is like and if that knee is giving him any more grief. But yeah, no Reece Walsh. So Tristan Saylor, young gun, played well last year in his few games that he filled in and played. He's an exciting young player. So yes, Reece is electric and it's Reece Walsh, but I don't know, I reckon that young kid goes, I can't say just as good, but you won't be missing too much with having Tristan Saylor in for Reece Walsh, in my opinion. Still no big fella, the big bopper, Payne Huss, he's out for a bit. But yeah, that's definitely good news for Broncos fans having Renault back this week going up against the Cowboys. Gives them a bit more of a fighting chance, in my opinion. Anyway, we'll quickly run through their team list. Sorry I missed it. So yeah, Tristan Saylor, fullback. Wingers would be Jesse Arthurs and Dean Mariner. Centers, Tony Staggs and Selwyn Cobbo. Halves, Ezra Mann. And back in the team, Adam Reynolds. I'm not sure if he was rushed back, to be honest. Let's just hope his knee's fine, because, if he gets rushed back into the side, in my opinion, and then he injures that knee even more, that doesn't help the Broncos whatsoever. Anyway, front rows would be Corey Jensen and Fletcher Baker. Hooker will be Billy Walters. Yes, that's right. There was more bad news for Broncos friend. Brennan Piacora is out for an ankle injury. So yeah, coming into the run-on sides, Jaden Hunt, Jordan Ricky will be the other second rower. Big faithful Paddy Carrigan will be your hooker. Broncos interchange will be Tyson Smoothie, Xavier Willison, and Kobe Hetherington, and Corey Oates playing his first game for Broncos this year. Not sure why off the bench. I don't know. Unless Renault's not 100% and he only plays a little bit, and then Katoni Staggs goes to 5'8" and Ezra Mann goes to halfback, I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure why Corey Oates is on the bench, but we'll see. Be an interesting game. Cowboys line up. Fullback will be Scott Drinkwater. Wingers will be Cole Felt, Murray Taulagi. Centers will be Val Holmes and Zach Labert, so it's an unchanged side. Halves will be Tom Dearden and Chad Townsend. Front rows will be Jordan McLean and Jason Taumalolo. Hooker will be Reese Robson. Jeremiah Nano's back. And, not back. Fini Fuaki's back after his head clash from last week. But yeah, second rows will be Fini Fuiaki, Jeremiah Nano, and the faithful mullet Ruby Cotter will be lock. Cowboys interchange will be number 14, Jake Granville, 15, Griffin Neem, 16, Sam McIntyre, 17, Jack Gowski. There'll be a cracker of a game. It's at Suncorp. I know, let's just hope Renault's 100%. Well, at least 75%. Give the Broncos a good chance against them. The Cowboys undefeated. They put some points on against the Dragons last week, but they let some in. I'm pretty sure Dragons had the lead there at one stage. Anyway, make sure to smash a like, smash that subscribe, share it with your mates. Look out for Wednesday, just the tip. I'll give my tips and margins. We done pretty well last week. I think there was only two games. So the two games, got wrong, but I'm pretty sure we're pretty spot on for margins on the rest of the games. It was a very good week, but yeah, it's still only a 6 out of 8. This week's going to be tough. Very tough. Some tough tipping, I reckon, this week with the teams and people that are injured and how teams are performing. Last week's performance, are they going to back it up again this week? It's all the love of the game. Anyway, smash the like and subscribe, share it with your mates. Stay tuned for Wednesday's tips and margins. Signing out from the YTF Footy Show.